Hey dude, so I'm gonna do my first review of a product. So we're just gonna do a little unboxing here. It is a SizzApp anti-theft sort of GPS tracking device for your motorcycle. I don't know much about this thing. They emailed me through their YouTube channel and said, hey, do you want to review this? We'll send you one. And I said, sure, as long as you understand that I'm going to give my opinion, even though you're giving me something for free. And they said, yes, that's fine. So that's what I'm going to do. The reason I have any interest in this at all, like when I first bought the Royal Enfield, number one, who's going to steal a Royal Enfield? You know, if it's not an expensive bike, I don't think it's worth stealing. But when I first got it, I was looking around for security stuff. I think I was also looking for it for the Honda, just I don't know, before you go on a trip like the Tat, you imagine what things are going to be like, and you're totally wrong. So I didn't need any security for that, except for maybe in Tulsa. But anyway, I looked around and, you know, you could use Apple AirTags, except for anyone with an iPhone will see that there's an Apple AirTag there. So that didn't seem like it would work. And all the other stuff, you needed a subscription, which I don't want another subscription. So this company somehow, there's no subscription. You get an account and it all works, and there's no subscription. And I asked the guy who contacted me, I'm like, is there ever going to be, are you guys going to like get us all hooked and then start charging a monthly subscription? And he said, no, there's no plans to do that. So I don't know, man. I don't know how they're doing that. But that's kind of cool. And let me see how much this thing goes for. 265 euro. What is that? That doesn't sound cheap. So that's about $285. So it's not a cheap device, but with no monthly fee, I mean, maybe it's worth it to just pay it out up front and be done with it. So let's see what this is all about. So it comes in this sweet box with some Easter egg basket fluff that you can save for next Easter. Instructions. The little unit. That's pretty much it. So it's bigger than I thought it was going to be. I'm interested to see how it is finding a place for it. So this is it. It's just the unit itself and the wire that you connect to your battery. There's a little app that you get, and you install that on your phone, and that's about all I know so far. Oh, in addition to, you know, making sure he knew that I was going to tell the truth, I also asked him about the subscription thing, because that seems shady to me, but he says that there's no fees, so that's cool. But the other thing immediately I was wondering about is the draw on the battery, because as a lot of you know, the 21 Royal Enfield Himalayans and possibly other years, I don't know, are famous for this parasitic draw that they have, and the batteries go dead. I actually just replaced my battery about a week ago, and so I'm worried about that. Like, if this is on the bike at all times, drawing battery when you're out on a long trip in the middle of nowhere, could that be an issue? Here's what he says about the subscription. Besides SizzApp, our office has 3 other sister companies that use similar tracking technology, and therefore we have managed to land a very good deal for us on the SIM cards. And there would definitely never be a subscription cost, as you get a lifetime license after purchasing it. So that's what he says about that. So no subscription. As far as the battery, I asked him about the drainage or the draw on the battery, and he said in normal mode while riding, it could drain 30 to 60 mA per hour. I'm not an electrician. I don't even know what that means. But someone out there will, I'm sure. In its active data transfer mode. When the SizzApp device is in deep sleep mode, vehicle is just sitting there with no movement. It drains about 5 to 10 mA per hour. He's saying it averages about 100 to 200 mA per day. So anyway, whichever smart people out there know what mA is, maybe you can say in the comments what that means. Is that a lot? Is that anything to worry about? Because I definitely will appreciate my bike not being stolen, but I would appreciate more that the battery starts the engine. Let me see if I can read anything on their website to see what this thing's all about. I think this company is located in Latvia, and here's some of the features they list. Routes, it tracks your route. You can look at that. Location, speed, safety. I don't know what that means. Maybe it has like a crash sensor or something. Battery level, that's kind of good. So you can see on your phone what the battery level is, and I'll be able to monitor that. Motion detector, if you have it parked in a parking lot and you're in a hotel, if it moves, supposedly you'll get an alert. Hits and crashes, be aware of your motorcycle's any hit or crash. I think I would know if my motorcycle crashed, but anyway, okay, there's that. Device disconnection, if you get disconnected, it'll tell you. Route sharing with friends, group riding, events and planning. Anyway, supposedly, if you're in the motel room and someone messes with your bike at all, you'll get an alert. And then you can track where they're going with your bike. The other immediate concern I had was, if I'm a decent thief and I steal a bike, the first thing I'm going to do is pop the seat and look for any GPS tracking unit. So I think that's another thing that is of concern to me. Like, this thing is it's too big to hide, I think. I thought I might be able to slide it down into a crevice and get rid of it, but I don't think there's going to be a way to do that. I'll see. But it's fairly, I don't know, it's probably 2 inches by 2 inches by 1 inch, something like that. I don't think it's something I'm going to be able to sort of hide anywhere. If I'm a thief and I steal a bike, the first thing I'm going to do is look for a GPS unit, and I would tear it out and throw it in a pond. All right, so I'm going to go out on the bike and install it, and we'll see what this thing's all about. In other news, you'll notice that my office here, there's all kinds of gear just everywhere because I'm doing a trip tomorrow, a little trip, and I'll tell you more about that tomorrow. And it's a little hectic because the day after, well, let's see, it's Tuesday. I'm gonna leave on the trip on Wednesday. I have a live stream event that I'm running the audio and visuals for, and so I've got all that stuff sort of ready to go as well. Because as soon as I get back, I got to run down to Hendersonville, which is about 45 minutes away, to do this live stream event. So it's going to be a little hectic. I know there's something that I forgot to pack over there for that event, and that's going to bite me in the ass, but I guess I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. All right, let's get this thing on the bike. I just changed the battery, so I sort of tidied everything up. Now, I think when I do this permanently, what I'm going to do is put it under one of these covers. I think it'll fit right in here. Actually, why don't I just do it while I'm doing it? Well, there's less room than I thought, so let's see. Nope. Nowhere to put it there. Alright, now I'm on the other side trying to see if there's a spot, but there really isn't. Won't really go in there. So I guess, I mean, it would fit right here. I could just lay it there, or I can put it up here. But again, my thing is, like, if I'm a thief, I'm opening the seat and I'm ripping this off the battery. So I wish there was a better place to hide it, but I don't know where that would be on this bike. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. Didn't mean to be gender specific about that. If you people have any suggestions, let me know. One thing when I was changing the battery that I wish battery makers would do is make these little bolts a little bit longer, so that when you add stuff to the battery, it reaches the screws. I mean, it reaches the nuts. This is the old battery, and I'm sure if you've messed with these, you know these nuts just lay in the bottom, and so if you add things to the top, the screw can't reach that, and it's a real freaking hassle to like stick a screwdriver or something in there to lift the nut up so it'll catch. So battery makers, if you need a consultant, I'm available. Okay, that's in. All right, let's go for a ride and see what happens with this thing. I've mentioned this thing before. I'm not gonna pull it out, but in there is my Thunderbox, and I love that thing. It comes with these. So I've got the double one, so it's got a bunch of whatever. So for things that have to be connected to the battery, obviously you have to connect them to the battery. But for my my fog lights and my USB charger and my Garmin unit, those are all just right into here, so you don't have to connect them to the battery. You connect that thing to the battery, and then you connect everything else to these, and it's just really easy and awesome. And it doesn't draw power until you turn on the engine, so it's not even the ignition. It's when you turn on the engine, it senses that and turns everything on. So that's pretty awesome. So for instance, if you stop somewhere and you turned off the bike, but you left the ignition switch on, or the key, on a little bit, you wouldn't be draining your battery. Well, ease of use is a 10 out of 10. I mean, you just throw it on, no problem. Connected. You enter like an IEM number from the unit into the app, and it just automatically connected. I didn't have to do anything. And Caledonia Blockhead is running still like a champ. Ever since the debacle, they flashed the ECU, they replaced the fuel pump, and readjusted the is it TPS or TSP or TPS or TSP, whatever that is, and adjusted the idle. It's running great, just great. And after this next trip, I'm gonna do its third service oil change. All right, let's get out the app and see what this is all about. All right, so I just came down the street a little bit, and you can see on the map it's following me. And let's see, notifications. My rides, what is that? Leaderboard, I have no idea what that is. Organizer. Oh, I guess you can put in your due dates on stuff. Find your vehicle. That's cool. Speed. Okay, that keeps track of your speed. Distance. Okay. So a lot of this I don't really care about. It also, you can see the little battery. That's the battery on the bike. So you can keep track of that. It'll also send you push notifications if something starts going wrong with the battery. Alright, so let's pretend I'm in a motel and some meth head tries to grab my bike. And there you go, notification. You get like a notification on your phone. Registered unauthorized movement of the Caledonia blockhead. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Even like stopping at a restaurant, go inside. If anybody messes with your bike, you get a notification. You can jump up and go kill them. So that's pretty nice. And a lot of this stuff is stuff I won't ever use. Like it'll track your rides and do all sorts of stuff like that. I use other things for that, like Gaia. But there's some really cool features on this that that could be useful. Obviously, I don't really know how to use it or what all the features are. But for what I would want it for, which is just to keep track of the bike and make sure it's safe, it does that really well. The question is, do I leave it on for my trip and hope that it doesn't drain the battery? And I think I'm gonna, because I can look at the battery right here, and I think it's gonna be okay. So that's my only worry. Anyway, pretty cool unit. $275 is steep, but no monthly fees is kind of good. So would I pay $275 for it? I think I might. I think I might. Honestly, for peace of mind, for running into the store, it's kind of cool. Kind of cool that you get an alert if somebody's messing with your bike. And I barely touched it and I got an alert. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. All right, so it's kind of cool, right? Again, they sent it to me for free. But I would tell you if it sucked, and because what do I care? But I think it's kind of handy. $275, that's a lot of money, but for peace of mind, because I know, I mean, there have been times when I've gone into a convenience store and couldn't see the bike, and just, you know, you have that uneasy feeling. And that's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to get a little warning if someone is messing with it. Yeah, pretty cool. You know, my concerns still are the same as before I opened up the box, which are the battery draw, and the fact that a thief can just pop the seat and rip it out of the battery, and then you're done. But at least you get an alert that it's been moved, and you can track it until they figure out that it's got a tracker on it. And that's that could be enough to get it back, you know. Right. So SizzApp GPS Tracker. Lots of cool features, and I think they're going to give me a promo code that you can use and get some money off. I don't know how much. I'll put it up on the screen how much you get off. But yeah, check that out. I'm definitely gonna keep it on the bike for this trip and see how it goes. I'll keep an eye on the battery, and I will let you know if it's worrisome. All right, dudes, I've had this thing on the bike for like a month now, and I like it. I took it on the trip on the coal fields, which that series is coming up next, and it was nice to have going into stores. I camped one night. I just put a cover on it, left all my electronics on the bike, had the phone next to me, and it works well. No noticeable battery draw at all, even a month out. So I don't think that's an issue. So yeah, I recommend it. It's a nice piece of kit. Hey, please like this video if you liked this video, and if you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button and the alert bell. Also, if you're interested, there are links to gear lists and goofy t-shirts in the description. Thanks a ton for watching.